Hey, it's Sasha Evdokov, and thanks for joining me here at BackstageIncome.com, where I share with you how money is made behind the scenes in your business and also your life. Now, in this week's episode, what I'd really like to concentrate on is the three effects or the three things that can actually happen to your sales if you raise your prices. Now, I find that a lot of business owners are really scared in terms of raising their prices because what if I lose customers? What if I don't get the sales that I need to survive in my business? There could be some other problems that happen when you raise your prices. And many business owners are fearful of this effect or the things that can happen to their sales when they manipulate price, because we're always thinking about, well, competing on price, or our competition has lower prices than us or higher prices than us. How will this disturb the marketplace? Now, although this video is not focused on the ways that you can compete, if you're interested in watching my video about the different ways that you can compete in the marketplace, then just click this thumbnail right here and you can watch the different ways that you can compete in your industry. However, I want to break that myth or that spell and that mindset that you have about raising your prices. In fact, as we go through this lesson, you'll see and realize that it's really not that bad when you raise your prices, or at least the outcomes that you get are really not that bad. All right, so let's jump into these three things that can happen when you raise your prices. So the first thing that can happen is that actually your sales and revenue can go up. So how is it that these sales and revenue can actually go up when you raise your prices? Well, the fact is that many people out there believe and perceive that the higher the price, the higher the quality of the product. So when you actually raise your prices, there's going to be new people and new customers that go out and purchase your product or service because they believe it's higher value. And that way, your sales can actually increase because of that higher perception. Okay, so that's one thing that can happen. The second thing that can happen when you raise your prices is that your sales actually stay the same. So why is it that they would stay the same? Well, because the current customers that you have or people that are interested in your product or service, they may actually just believe it to be just fine, and a slight increase in prices can say, hey, well, that product or service is still really good, so I'm still willing to pay for it. So now, if they stay the same, you're still in a better position because you're still making more revenue because your sales didn't decrease, your customer value still stayed the same, but you raised your prices. So now each time somebody makes a sale or purchase, all of a sudden you're making more money from that sale or purchase. And the third and final outcome, and you've probably guessed it, is that your customers can actually go down, or sales can actually go down and decrease. Now, the thing about this is that this is what most business owners are really fearful of. They're really scared of this number three effect, is that if prices go up and my sales figure actually goes down, this could be really problematic for me. Now, the beauty behind this number three, even if your sales go down, they almost have to go down by about 20% for you to actually lose out. And the reason for that is because even if they go down slightly, just a little bit, you have to remember that you're making almost a little bit extra from raising your prices. So you're probably somewhere around that break-even point anyway. So even if you go down in terms of sales quantity, your revenue model may still be really close to the same amount. Now, if they go down to something, let's say like 50% or 80%, this could be really problematic. And then of course you can always go back and lower your prices a slight bit. But if they go down just a little bit, you're still ahead of the game because you'll be breaking even, but you'll have less work. You'll have less work to fulfill the orders. You'll have less work in terms of customers that you have to deal with. And that means you save a little bit of time. So looking at all three of these scenarios, really the only one you kind of have to worry about is this number three, or when sales actually go down. And even if they go down by just a slight bit, it's really not that bad. If they stay the same and your sales figures actually stay the same, but you've raised your prices, you're actually ahead because now you're making more every time you're making a sale. Now, on the flip side, if sales actually increase and you've raised your prices because people perceive your product or service to be even better, now all of a sudden you're way ahead because you're getting more per item and you're getting more sales because now the perception and value of your product and service is that much better. So you really only need to worry about if sales go down, and even if they go down, you only need to worry about it going down about 20 to 30% or more, because that's really where that effect or problems may really start to occur. And if they go down quite heavily, then you can go ahead, lower your prices slightly, and see how that plays out. But as you can see, between all three of these scenarios and situations, raising your prices a slight bit is not going to be very damaging to your business. So start playing and experimenting with your pricing models. Don't go really crazy about, changing your prices all the time, everywhere, because then customers really don't get a sense of knowing and understanding where your products lie. But slight changes and adjustments from time to time, playing and experimenting with certain customers will give you a chance and opportunity to really see where you can price beat or price match or even price increase some of your products and services. And that way you can see, am I going to get more sales? Are my sales going to stay the same, or are sales going to decrease? So if they stay the same, that's fantastic because now you're getting more on a per sale basis and you have to allocate less time to shipping orders or catering to customers. If they increase, fantastic as well because now you're making more for every sale and you're getting more sales. And if they decrease, by how much? If it's only 1% decrease, if you had 100 customers and you only lost one customer, but you increased your prices, then by all means, you're still way ahead of the game. Okay, so you're still more in this number 2 or 3 if you only lost one customer. So think about it this way when it comes to figuring out your pricing model. It's something you'll always have to continue to experiment with on a slow basis to figure out where that appropriate price lies and what fits the needs for your business and also your customer. Thanks for joining me in this video. I hope you found it helpful and insightful. And if you did and you want to see more training videos like this one, then click this link right over here. And when you get there, you can enter your name and email address and I'll send you my other free training lessons along with some other webinars and training sessions that I do exclusively for my newsletter community. And if you want to see some of the other videos and training sessions I have available on my website, then just go ahead and click that link and you can browse my website and see some of the other video courses that I have available. Thanks again for joining me. Remember to do what you love, contribute to others, but most importantly, live life abundantly. I'll see you next time.